I'll say this about the Yankees. I think I would have made the move for a guy like Corbin Burnes. I would have taken a chance with Corbin Burnes. I think you could re-sign him. I don't think you're going to be outbid for Corbin Burnes in the offseason because there are teams that are going to go after Juan Soto. If the Yankees believe that they're not going to be able to re-sign Juan Soto, you're going to have to renegotiate a deal for Cole because he's going to opt out of his contract. And then you bring in Corbin Burnes. Then you still have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. You have Corbin Burnes, you have Cole, you have Rodon, you have Cortez, even Marcus Stroman, who has more depth than you do. So I didn't understand why the Yankees didn't make a bigger move. They did give up 3 prospected pitchers. They only have 2 in their farm system now. They gave away the 2 best ones in their farm system. By the way, the Yankees, over the years, how many good pitching prospects have come out from their farm system? Not many. I mean, the last one was the one that they traded. King tore his UCL. He was out for the whole season the year before, and he played sensational in the second half. They moved him into the rotation. I think the Yankees are going to regret trading him if they can't re-sign Juan Soto. But I still think that the Yankees farm system is still kind of in the lower side of the 20s in the league right now. But if you could get a guy like Corbin Burnes, that could change your rotation. That could change everything for the Yankees. So I think the Yankees made a big mistake. Rodon, I think if he stays healthy, he'll be fine. He was not healthy last year. He shouldn't have come back. It was a big mistake by the Yankees. He had shoulder problems. He had back problems last year. I would have sat him out for the season. I don't care what you're paying him. $27 million is not a lot of money for the Yankees. The Yankees could have held on because now everybody's going to boo Rodon. There's a lot of pressure on Rodon now to go into the season as the power left-hander that the Yankees spent a lot of money in the offseason last year, and to go out there and put up the numbers that he did with the Giants, put up the numbers that he did when he was in Chicago. So Rodon has a lot of pressure on him. He needs to show up this year and do that. I think if the Yankees didn't put the pressure on him and sat him out for the season, there wouldn't have been as much pressure on him going into a big season where the Yankees are right now in a division where, let's be honest, they're not the best team. They're not the best overall team in the American League East. Now, I think they're right there. We know the Rays are going to have a pretty good team. They added some good pieces to their roster. Wander is not coming back this year. I might never be back. Traded Glass now. Still a good team, good organization, great pitching prospects that they have in their organization.
But no McClanahan this year for them. He's out with Tommy John.
Tommy John. And the Blue Jays, they're looking to still add pieces. There's still good players available. Don't be surprised if Blake Snell signs with the Blue Jays, knowing that he wants to tell the Yankees, hey, you should have given me more. And the Yankees did offer him a Rodon kind of contract, but he thinks it's a smack in the face. I disagree because Blake Snell is good one year and off the next year or hurt the next year. He needs to be more consistent. That's why he's not going to get the $250 million contract he wants going into his offseason. And he's also 30 years old.
He's 30.
Guy that's been injury prone for the last 4 seasons. There's a lot of questions to Blake Snell. He's won a Cy Young in the American League East. It's one of the hardest divisions to play in. It's the best division in baseball. And this is a division that's wide open because the Orioles are good. The Blue Jays are good. I think the Red Sox will be better this year. I don't know how much better, but they'll be better this year.
They'll be pesky like they usually
and
are.
The Yankees, with the addition of Juan Soto and that lineup for Verdugo and this pitching staff, this is still a good roster. So I do believe the Orioles are the best team in this division until proven otherwise. And they have guys like Holiday coming up this year, Dak Holiday. This is a good roster and a dangerous roster. And I thought Corbin Burnes would have gave the Yankee fans something to be excited for going into a season where there's a lot of questions still to the Yankee roster. By the way, the Yankees are mentioned as a landing spot for another Brewers pitcher, Devin Williams. They add a relief pitcher like that. He is their closer moving forward, and it helps out their bullpen, which they desperately need. So that's another name that's been called up. And the Yankees do have prospects. Chase Hampton, who's the number 2 prospect in the Yankees farm system. Brando Maia, who's the number 10 prospect in the Yankees farm system. Devin Williams is still under contract. He's still a young player. Yep. He's not going to see arbitration probably for another 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So the Yankees are going to have control over him if they can make a move like that. But the Yankees need to make another splash. They cannot be done. I don't know if they go for a starting rotation type of pitcher. Blake Snell was the guy that I thought they could have landed, but it looks like Blake Snell is not taking less than he's asking for or something close to what he's asking for. And the only team I think is going to offer him that is the Mets. And that's why I think one way or another, I think you're going to hear Blake Snell's name being brought up into the Mets organization.
Yeah, you mentioned that at the start of the offseason, too. And
yeah.
I just hope it's not a 9-year deal if they're going to do that.
I don't think
want
a 9-year
any more
deal.
than 6.
I think they're going to pay him $35 million, 6-year deal. I could see somebody like Steve Cohen doing that because people are going to start to back up. The season's right around the corner. Blake Snell needs to be signed. There's quite a few players that are still available. A lot of teams are not willing to sign these guys because they have to give up a first-round draft pick.
Right.
So that's what they're afraid of. They don't want to give up talent, young talent, especially they're trying to rebuild that farm system.